Storage mites in that nice loaf of bread.
Storage mites in that nice loaf of bread.
Fruit flies that pulp to a chain.
Ever notice how, the minute fruit starts to overripen, a swarming cloud of Drosophila fruit flies seems to descend, almost magically, from the heavens? Well, obviously large producers of canned citrus juice aren't immune to this phenomenon, because the FDA says fewer than an average of 5 or more Drosophila and other fly eggs per 250 ml of juice are totally fine. They are a little bit tougher on Drosophila maggots, though. Every 250 ml of juice inspected cannot have more than an average of 1 or more of those.
Cowpea Curculios infest black-eyed peas.
Cowpea curculio black, compact weevil might not be the extra ingredient you're looking for in your black-eyed peas. But the Cowpea curculio doesn't really care about your preferences. During the winter months, females of the species lay their eggs in developing plant pods. The larvae that don't make their exit, though, can end up in the cans in your local store.
Thrips sneak into frozen greens.
Meet the thrip, also known as everything from the thunderbug to corn lice. This slender, winged insect can actually be found in lots of places in the grocery aisle, but one of its favorite locales to hang out in is bags of green veggies in the frozen section. Thrips, like maggots, fly eggs, and earworms, are allowable in certain quantities and sizes in frozen asparagus, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts. The last revision to the FDA guidelines for thrips in asparagus was in 1988, so it looks like these mainstays of the frozen section are probably going to be sticking around for a while.
Squashed cochineal scales provide red dye for foods.
Contrary to popular belief, beetles aren't actually the bug that gives color to red-dyed foods like imitation crab and yogurt. That's an honor reserved for the cochineal scale, a species of scale insect that lives on prickly pear cacti. In order to provide vibrant red coloring for everything from red velvet cake mix to Starbucks strawberries and cream frappuccinos, female cochineal scales are squished into a bug slurry, and their pigment is extracted and added to food mixes. Never fear, the FDA requires food companies to label cochineal dye since it's not only not kosher, but also causes allergic reactions for some.
Fly eggs fill canned tomato products.
You might want to think again before tearing into that next slice of pizza, considering the amount of fly eggs that are acceptable in lots of canned tomato products. Tomato paste, puree, juice, and sauce can all contain varying amounts of fly eggs and be legal for consumption. Tomato puree, for example, can contain 19 or fewer fly eggs per every 100 g, while tomato juice is limited to a more conservative 9 eggs or fewer per 100 g. Just to be clear, that's about 20 eggs per 8 oz of tomato juice. Bloody Mary, anyone?
Earworms add protein to canned corn.
Corn earworm is a species of moth that's not just a major agricultural pest, but can also be found in the canned corn we eat. In fact, for every 24 pounds of corn examined by the FDA, you can acceptably find fewer than 2 or more 3 mm or longer larvae, cast skins, larval or cast skin fragments of corn earworm. So, although you might not see a full-fledged moth floating among the golden kernels, there might be fragmented larvae dispersed throughout them. The least larval option might be to buy fresh cobs and ensure their thorough cleaning.
Hops bring aphid visitors into beer.
Here's a reality long known to brewers but perhaps less obvious to novice beer drinkers is the presence of tiny sap-sucking bugs called aphids in the hops used to brew the beer we drink. Because aphids are one of the most common pests in temperate regions, they can actually be found in lots of the food and spices we consume. However, their affinity for hops has led the FDA to legally allow fewer than 2,500 aphids for every 10 grams of hops they inspect.
Digested wasps make figs delicious.
Digested wasps make figs delicious.
Caterpillars get comfortable in frozen spinach.
Caterpillars get comfortable in frozen spinach.
Anisakis cysts hide in fish.
Anisakis cysts hide in fish.
Beware of maggots in mushroom cans.
Beware of maggots in mushroom cans.
Hey guys, thank you so much for the support and likes and comments down below, and also thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next video then. Take care. Bye.